don't know how do you press play?
Good morning. Today is a Monday and it's quite exciting for me because I'm off to Morocco. I say I'm excited. I'm not that excited because I'm tired and I'm poor. But I am excited because I guess it's nice to go on holiday regardless. And I love how badly I've done my makeup in the dark and how well highlighted it is on this camera. My mum said she was going to be here at 1:45 and she's never late and she's late, so now I'm just like, panicking that I've got the time wrong.
Just don't pay no attention to me. I'm just fixing the screen. Oh, nice little bit of us going, parking. Yeah.
I don't know if it's the seat warmer, but I'm cold.
Oh yeah, but it's...
I could really
I never
film
said
this.
you
I could do this all over again. But I'm not gonna.
What are you trying to do?
There's two
Wrong found on
filming
winning
contents right here.
Say that word.
What am I doing with my life? That looks better. I really should start this again. There's what I liked about this was every person on a plane does it, so it's good, consistent content. This is just pretty. This is just so pretty. Like, I get really weird. This is why I don't take drugs. I don't need drugs because I was sitting here thinking, is there ever a time in our lives where we thought we would see what above a cloud looks like? We wouldn't without a plane or a camera. Either way, it's amazing. I filmed this because I loved the fact that we were going through the clouds to land, and I filmed this because can I pause it? Because this, I don't know why, made me quite obsessed to think, does our landscape look like this? Have you noticed, can you see the arrow? Good. How everything is so uniformed and in line. And I was like, it's so pretty and satisfying. It was very good. I liked it. There we go. That's pretty much it. There's not much more to that. That's why I filmed it. Also, we're landing, so it's nice to know that I'm in Morocco now. Right.
These do not look like they're going to fit me.
Right. Can we just go back on that for a second? These, which I kept, don't know where they are right now. Can I pause that on? Right, so what my mum had done, when we got to Morocco, she'd booked us to go to a hammam spa, and it's the traditional kind of like bath house that you go there and they scrub you down and they clean your bodies and then we booked a massage. Mum had got the times wrong. I don't know how she messed them up because I don't know, but basically we landed an hour later than expected. So we luckily still had our driver waiting for us, although he'd been waiting for an hour. We had our landlord, because we booked an apartment, who'd been waiting around for an hour. Then when we got there, we literally had to already be there. We were running late for our massage because she booked it as soon as we landed. We didn't know how to get there. I didn't have data. I realised I couldn't use data there. I didn't know how to flag down a taxi. I didn't know we were going. All I knew was that the spa was in the Medina, where we were not staying. We were about a half an hour walk away from. Luckily, I forgot to tell you, I'm ill. So if I sound weird, that's why. Luckily, our landlord said, I will give you a lift to the Medina. And we got a lift to the Medina, and he couldn't take us to the spa, but he took us to a place where a guy called Salah met us, and he worked in the spa, and he just came up with this moped, and he was like, one of you get on, and I will give you a lift there, and I'll come back for the other one. And I went, no, I wouldn't get on it. It was insane. And I'm so glad I did say that, because because he ended up having to walk us for about 15-20 minutes down all these winding little tiny corridors that how they fit a scooter through is beyond me. It was crazy. And but then we got there and it was very nice. It was very, very nice. The Medina is very intimidating to arrive there at night on the first day, but you know, he chaperoned us and it was wonderful. And then sorry. And then we got there and he was like, right, go in this changing room, get changed, and da-da-da. This is what they supplied you with a robe and these garments. They were neither thong. They would have been better if they were a thong, because it was the most uncomfortable thing I've ever put on, and it didn't fit. Barely. It didn't even go over my bum. Like, the top line, the elastic band didn't even go above my bum. It was so uncomfortable. This is vile. I'm turning this up so you can hear this. That was the water. It was horrible. Right, so obviously I didn't take my phone with me, which I'm really glad I didn't. So we get on our robes and we put all our stuff in a locker. And then they take us down into the basement and they put us in this little, almost like stone hut. And me and my mum sat down facing each other on these little stone benches. And I thought it was a steam room. I thought they were just going to leave us there as it was like very humid and we could smell a lot of like, they smell like Vicks Vapor Rub, and it was really nice to breathe in. And I thought they were just going to leave us there in like a steam room because we were going to a spa. And so I'm sitting there and the guy walks down and he's like, I'm going to make sure you have a really nice meal, blah, 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 blah. And then he closes the door. Within a minute later, 2 girls walk in and just start to take our robes off. And like, didn't say anything to us, just start to take our robes off. And I'm like, I'm topless. And she giggles and then continues to strip me. And then she lays us down on the benches. I've now seen my mum's breasts. It's something I could have avoided after a stressful day, if I'm honest. And then she starts to scrub us down. And I have never been so violated in my life. So she's like scrubbing me down with like all these different body masks and stuff, like scrubbing me with these pads, but like every part of my body's just tense, and she has to keep like prying my legs apart so she can and then she's like fondling my boobs, and then there's my belly button. And I've got a thing about my belly button, just FYI, never go near it. I freak out. And she just does this to clean it, of which I nearly threw up. And then they kept leaving while we're just lying there covered in all this stuff, naked and vulnerable, and like not saying how long they would be. They'd just come back whenever and scrub us again with something else. My hair looked amazing, and I didn't take any straighteners or anything because I was like, I have to pack light. And then they just gave these tubs of water and just all over us. So great. And then they took us up for a massage, and it's a bit graphic. I was convinced I had come on. So while she's scrubbing me and massaging me, not only am I the most anxious person in the world, because I'm already stressing out that it's like 10:30 and I'm like, how are we going to walk out the Medina? We're going to get lost. I don't know where I'm going. I was also like, I think I've just come on and I'm about to have to endure a 2-hour massage. And then, just nothing was relaxing about it. And it wasn't cheap. My mum treated me to that, and I couldn't relax for a single second of it. Then Salah came to meet us afterwards, and he took us to another place like a couple of alleys down, and it was like he took us into a rehab, and inside, I don't know if it was a rehab, I think it might have been at one point, but it's like he took us into like this open courtyard, but it was also an indoor open courtyard. It was quite weird, and there were tables there, and he sat us down. No one else was there. It was just us, and he served us our food. Now this was I don't think he actually gave me a name for it, but this was a traditional Moroccan soup, and I don't know why I didn't film the main meal. The main meal then was a chicken tangine, which is like, I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's like in a little pot with a funnel, and it's cooked in an open fire, and oh my word, it was the nicest chicken I've ever had. It was beautiful, and the soup was really nice, and the salad was lovely, and it was really nice. They were really nice. And then luckily Salam walked us out to get a taxi. I was so grateful he was still there, because when we walked back out, it was quite intimidating, because if there were any tourists in that area, they were gone. and all the rubbish had been pulled out like to get taken away, and the only people left there I think were like homeless people, which is really sad to see, but it wasn't a very pleasant touristy welcome. It was the reality of it, which is, you know, you see in a different culture and in a different world. But when I've just been thrown from plane to plane, from taxi to taxi to place where I don't speak the language, I didn't have any data, it's a little bit all overwhelming on the first night, but there you go. But that soup was lovely.
So we're back in the hotel room now, or the apartment, which we're in our own private little terrace, which is amazing. And oh my gosh, I'm so tired. It's like 12:30 now, and it's been a long day. I can't even begin to tell you how violated I was at that masseuse, but I'm totally saving that for a story time. Like, I haven't had anything happen to me in a long time that's worthy of a story time. That was worthy of a story time. But yeah, I'm tired. I'm annoyed that I don't look 12 years old after how many face masks she put on me, but I do think I look good. Like, I'm not wearing any makeup right now. It's 1 a.m.
My skin did look good, I won't lie.
I don't look bad.
My face felt amazing. She
But
put
yeah,
about 4 different face masks.
It's been such an interesting day. I'm probably going to do a little slideshow because I wasn't able to film much today, but there we go. It was good, and I enjoyed it.
Took half
I'm
an
looking
hour
forward to tomorrow where we can just laze about a bit. Am I getting a cold, sir? Also, I think I was charged £48 to use Google Maps.
I did get a cold sore as well. And I was charged £48.
Pounds to use Google Maps.
I'm still not over it.
I can't even tell you how angry I am.
I'm still angry.
How noisy that street is.
It was really noisy.
During the daytime.
Well, it's main road, like... Like, subscribe and support. All the jazz. Bye. See you tomorrow.